Tonight, a Utah man says it is a miracle his family is alive here. His wife and two young children were run over, two of them pinned underneath a car when dozens of kids rushed in to save them.
And it was all caught on camera yesterday afternoon in the parking lot of the Layton Christian Academy. That's where Debbie Worthen is standing by live. Debbie, how are they all doing tonight?
Well, Deanie and Mike, the two children, ages 2 and 3, are back home tonight with Andrew Ponson. His wife is still in the hospital. She came out of surgery. Her injuries were a little bit more severe. And tonight, Andrew Ponson says he has not watched that video yet as those 20 teens pulled the car off of his pinned two children and wife. But he says that's just the first miracle that took place here yesterday at LCA.
There's like two miracles that happened here.
Andrew Ponson says the first is that his family survived yesterday's crash. He and his wife Bridget both work at Layton Christian Academy. He had just left school when he watched police and ambulances speed past him.
I'm not thinking anything of it.
And then his phone starts ringing.
It's a name that would not be calling me. And I realized like all those cops in the ambulances were, it was for me. It's something happened to my family.
He describes the moments that followed.
This is like the closest to like hell on earth as you can describe.
His small family is not okay.
She looks beaten up.
His wife is leaning against the car. His 2-year-old son
Kind of flailed on the floor, blood on his face.
and someone is holding his 3-year-old daughter.
You just feel helpless and hopeless, and it's just the worst feeling.
But then, in his words, that second miracle from those here on the scene.
They came and introduced life, and they introduced love and hope and peace into this scenario with their generosity and their kindness and compassion.
Andrew knows those teens from the school that lifted the car off of his wife and 2 kids.
They came together and they saved my family. And I don't know if I'll be able to keep my composure the next time I see them.
A senior airman who was also there jumped in to help too.
Mom was holding him, and then once we were able to lift the car high enough, she was able to kind of get up and like kind of hold the car on her back as we were lifting.
It's been an emotional day for Andrew.
I have wept numerous times in the quiet moments.
His small family is battered and bruised, but alive.
Today I'm celebrating life, and I'm celebrating the connection, the friendships that I've reconnected with in this. In the midst of all the grief, there is hope, there is life.
I was texting back and forth with Andrew this evening, and he said he and his 2 kids were eating pizza, watching Blippi. As for his wife, she's still in the hospital. She is expected to be okay. He said she is expected to be in a wheelchair for about 8 weeks when she's released. Back to you.
Glad they're all going to be okay, Debbie. And the silver lining is all the heroes that helped make sure that was the outcome. Thank you.